I still remember the moment I found it. The thick white envelope buried beneath a pile of unpaid bills inside my mother's desk drawer. My name was written across the front in bold letters. Congratulations, Emily Parker. I froze. I had applied to one college, Westbrook University, and I'd waited for months, checking the mailbox every day until Mom finally said, "Sorry, honey. They must have rejected you." But standing there, the truth hit me like a punch to the chest. I had been accepted. My mother hid it. The woman who was supposed to believe in me the most didn't believe in me at all. My hands shook as I clutched the letter, realizing it wasn't just about college anymore. It was about control, about power, and about everything she'd taken from me. Tell me honestly, what would you do if your own mother lied to your face and stole your dream just to keep you under her control? Would you forgive her, or would you make her regret it? Before all this, life in Springfield, Ohio was small, predictable, and quiet. I was the good daughter, straight A's, part-time job at the diner, and always home by 9. I dreamed of something bigger, studying journalism, moving to the city, maybe finally writing stories that mattered. Mom, Linda Parker, had a different plan. She wanted me to stay close. Community college is fine, she'd say, dismissing my dreams with a wave of her hand. She worked as a hairdresser, tough and proud, but she hated the idea of me leaving. "It's not about you, Mom," I'd argue. Her reply was always the same. "You're not ready, Emily. You're not smart enough to handle that world." I didn't realize how deep her insecurity ran until the day I cleaned the kitchen and found that envelope. At first, I thought maybe it was some old mail. But when I tore it open and saw the Westbrook University seal, everything inside me twisted. She hadn't forgotten to give it to me. She'd hidden it. The betrayal burned hotter than anything I'd ever felt. That night, I looked at her across the dinner table, pretending nothing had changed. But inside, something broke. For weeks, I lived in quiet agony. Every morning, I watched her make coffee, humming to herself, like she hadn't destroyed my future with one selfish act. I wanted to scream at her, to ask why. But the words stuck in my throat. She had this way of making me feel like I was nothing. Whenever I looked sad, she'd sigh and say, "Don't start with the drama, Emily. You're not the victim here." Those words replayed in my head every night. You're not smart enough. You're not the victim. I stopped eating with her. Stopped talking much at all. In my silence, something grew, not hate exactly, but a kind of steel determination. If she wanted me small, she was about to see how big I could become. One night, while she was out with friends, I took the acceptance letter and read it again under my desk lamp. It said I'd been offered a partial scholarship. The deadline to respond had passed weeks ago. My chance was gone, or so she thought. I emailed the admissions office, explaining the mail mix-up. I didn't mention my mother. I just told them how much getting that spot would mean to me. When I got a reply the next morning, I cried. They said if I could submit my enrollment forms within a week, they'd still honor my place. That was the first time I realized revenge didn't have to be loud. Sometimes it could be quiet, patient, and perfectly timed. I started planning my next move like someone double-living a life. During the day, I acted normal. Washed dishes, helped Mom at her salon, nodded when she bragged about how Emily will stay close to home. But at night, I was emailing professors, filling out housing forms, and working double shifts at the diner to save for the deposit. Mom had no clue. She thought I'd given up. Every time she told her clients, Emily decided not to go to college, I bit my tongue and smiled. But inside, I was building my own escape route, one form, one shift, one secret at a time. I wasn't just leaving home. I was setting the stage for the truth to explode in her face. The day everything came crashing down was graduation day. The high school gym buzzed with families, proud smiles, and flash photography. Mom sat in the front row, grinning like the perfect parent. When my name was called, Emily Parker, Westbrook University scholarship recipient, her smile froze. The crowd clapped, but I could feel her eyes burning into me, confusion twisting into disbelief. After the ceremony, she grabbed my arm behind the bleachers. "What did they just say?" she hissed. "That I got into Westbrook," I said calmly. and I leave in 2 weeks. Her voice cracked. You lied to me. I laughed, a sound that surprised both of us.
No, Mom.
You lied to me. I pulled out the folded letter from my pocket, the same one she'd hidden, and pressed it into her hand. I found this months ago. Her face went pale, her lips trembling. Around us, parents and students milled about, but in that small space, it was just the two of us, her shame and my freedom. You'll regret this, she whispered. Maybe, I said, stepping back. But at least I'll regret it while chasing my dream, not hiding someone else's. That was the last time we spoke face to face. For a long time, I thought revenge had to be cruel, a way to make them feel the same pain you did. But standing there, holding my scholarship letter in my hand, I realized the real revenge was living the life she said I couldn't. At Westbrook, I struggled at first. I missed home, even missed her sometimes. But every time doubt crept in, I'd remember that drawer, that proof of betrayal, and push harder. I made friends who believed in me, professors who encouraged me, and a new version of myself who finally felt enough. Mom's voice still haunted me in quiet moments. You're not smart enough. But now I used it as fuel. I wasn't doing this to spite her anymore. I was doing it because I finally believed in me. Sometimes revenge doesn't destroy the other person. It rebuilds the one they broke. A few years later, I graduated magna cum laude with a degree in journalism. When my first feature article got published in a national magazine, I mailed her a copy, no note, no message, just the printed page with my byline, by Emily Parker. A week later, she sent me a short text. Proud of you. I never replied. She'd spent years convincing me I was too small, too weak, too dumb to matter. But in that silence between us, I found peace. I didn't need her validation anymore. I had my own. Now, when people ask about my family, I just smile and say, it's complicated. Because it is. But I've learned that you can forgive without forgetting. You can move on without going back. My life isn't perfect, but it's mine. And that's the sweetest revenge of all. Sometimes, revenge isn't about destroying the person who hurt you. It's about proving to yourself that you never needed their permission to shine. I used to think my mother's voice would haunt me forever. Now, it just reminds me how far I've come, from the girl who doubted herself to the woman who made it anyway. What about you? If someone tried to take your dream away, would you fight for it, or let them define your limits? Tell me in the comments what you would have done. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories like mine.